prepping these seats with the spots all done where the stands were and painted and everything's all set down there. I've decided to do this instead. I had another project in mind, but this is more important because I want to get these seats completely prepped for this evening or this afternoon. Because what I want to do is get the tarp pulled all the way back and set up in such a way that I can paint underneath here without any of this stuff getting on. I don't know if you can see this. This is a little pine crap that comes down. And what I already did over here is I was cleaning and using acetone. I already cleaned up 2 major spots of pine sap that had just big old glops of pine sap on the seat. That had to come off, and so those are the seat now. Port is now nice and clean and ready to go ahead and mask off and get ready for the paint. So that's my next job, is to go ahead and try to get the masking tape on here in such a way that it's going to make sense when I start applying the new textured paint that my brother gave me. And I'm looking forward to that, by the way, because when you step onto this boat, almost everybody steps on one of these seats. I wanted to be able to have it so you're not going to slip out from underneath and land on your butt in the bottom of the boat. So, all right, guys, that's it for now. Let's go ahead and get things set up, and we'll get the masking tape going. All right, so I've got this all masked off. There's a method to my madness here. Trying to get this even along the back was not easy. I got a little bump right in here, but actually, if you stand back and look at it, it still goes with the curvature pretty well. And let's see, down on this end, I want that to swing up onto the flat a little bit at the end of the cockpit. This is pretty good along the front here. I think that it's going to be nice and even looking. This is kind of tricky here, and I did this deliberately. This is a trough for water runoff, and I want that to be slick. It's already been painted with this gloss white that I've got, and so I masked this to go into the corner like this and just kind of have that nice texture all up in here. But then for right here down, I'm going to probably be doing a little bit of repainting, and I eventually may even repaint the whole front of these. You can still see barely the tracks of the raccoon right here. I've left it there as a final memento of my friend who wrecked my boat. Anyway, guys, that's it for right now. Yeah, I'm going to go in and grab some lunch. After lunch, I'm going to come back out and do the starboard, but right now, port's looking pretty good. I think this is going to be fine. I think it's going to be fine, and look forward to getting that nice paint on there that my brother gave me. Okay, round 2. I'm going to get the starboard seat all taped off here, but I've got to get this going quickly, because even though this is nicely in the shade and it's great for doing the tape off, I'm totally in the sun over here, and I want to get this thing going very quickly. I don't want that tape to sit on there for a long time, so I'm going to get this tarp back over it. And once the tarp is back over it, it's going to be hot under here, but at least the sun will be off from it, and we'll be able to go ahead and get that paint on without this heat being right on it, or better yet, and more importantly, I should say, more importantly, this crap won't be coming down on it. No more of the pine needles or the little glops of pine sap and stuff like that. So we gotta move quickly here. Need to get this starboard seat taped off. Well, true to my promise, we're keeping the video short, but I am inside, tarp all pulled back, seats completely taped off and cleaned, and there's the kiwi grip, and we're about to get started here. I'm going to go over these seats one more time, got me some acetone, and then after that we're going to get started. I'm going to be using this. According to my brother, you just get it out on the seat and then you start rolling it, and it has a texture of its own. I'm going to kind of mix it a little bit, although it doesn't need it, I guess, and get this all nice and mixed up, and then I'm going to get squirt some of it out and roll it and so on and so forth. The beauty of what we're doing here is that this is all completely undercover. No wind is going to get pine crap on these seats. This is going to get done with no garbage on them. And by the way, it's hot as fire in here, but we'll deal. All right, guys, I'm going to get started. I'll shoot some of this after I get some of it done. Other than that, I got to pay attention to business. So far, so good. Port is all done. Like Gary said, I may have enough of this stuff left to do a second coat, and I may very well do that, but not today. Right now, my thing is just getting first coat on. I've already got half a starboard done here. I'm getting better at this, getting the feel of it, and there is a feel to how to lay this stuff down and have it come out nice. So let me get back to work. Well, it's done. I still have plenty left, maybe to get a second coat. I don't know. I don't like the unevenness in some of this, but when it dries down, you may not know it. So what we're going to do, I got to figure out some way to get out of here before too long, because it is wicked hot. But in the meantime, I don't want to move too quickly because I don't want pine crap getting into this. So we will see. It's going to be tough climbing out over that right there without getting crud all on the paint job. So I'll figure it out. Anyway, guys, job got done, and we'll just see how it all comes out. Inside, I just want to take note. See all these pine needles and this crap up here? All that would have been in the paint job if I hadn't covered this cockpit while I was working in it. So let's go ahead and get on in and see how this looks. Oh, here's the verge. I love the texture that this gives. And I wish the wind would die down, because I definitely would like to do some touch-up on this. But I think I'm going to wait maybe tomorrow morning, once the wind dies. In the morning it should be calmer. But see, I'm seeing right there is where one of the patches was, and it was bound to show up, because this where that really bad spot in the original paint job was. And it just did not cover well because of the, there was just too much paint damage to what lies underneath there. Oh, hang on. So, but anyway, yeah, it's all right. All right. I hate to give it less than a glamorous review here, but yeah. I'm definitely going to see what I can do first thing in the morning. I'm going to leave this tape on and see if we can't get out here. And let me see, I don't know if you can see this texture. It has this really nice kind of pebbly texture to it, and I love it. I mean, it's going to be so nice. I liked it. It's not the slick ugliness that was on here before with all the imperfections. See, I can see areas that I definitely... If I had good light under the, that scared the crap out of me. Under the tarp, you couldn't see well enough to see the imperfections and so forth. So tomorrow morning, bright and early, gonna see if I can't do a little second coat touch up on a lot of this. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. Now that made a difference. I waited till after supper. The wind had died completely, and it was nice and calm out here, and I got to do this whole job with the tarp pulled back and being able to see what I was doing. And instead of going up and down the length of the bench seats, I went across, and by doing that, everything that hadn't covered before covered, and it looks like $1 million. So good deal. I see one spot here I'm probably going to do a little touch-up before I go in. I don't know if you can see it right there. Opposite that cubby, there's a little light area. I may do a little bit more right in there. Anyway, guys, thank you, Gary, for the awesome use of the Kiwi grip. And it's going to transform my bench seats. They're going to look fantastic here in the cockpit. So, all right, guys. Can't wait to take the tape off of these in the morning and just get a nice clean look at them. All right, that's it for now. I'll come back and do a little cabin wrap up at the end of the day here in a bit, and we'll see you later. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and do a wrap up on this trip. It has been exceptional. Exceptional. First and foremost, the biggie is I got all the places done under the pads on the stands, all done, and the caulking done around the through hulls is done. And what it comes down to is this boat is hull ready. Awesome right there. The boat is hull ready. In other words, they could drop this in the water tomorrow. It wouldn't bother me a bit because it's ready to go. Next, so I'm going to have to go through the list because, I mean, it was quite a list, and I got everything done that was on the list, basically. So we've got the screws under the scuppers are all caulked, and that was important because I don't want any leaking in underneath these cushions. Anyway, those are all done, and the through hulls are caulked. Let's see, I measured under the step down for the ice chest that I've got to buy. I've got a good clear idea. Ironically, my wife's ice chest that she uses all the time is about maybe 1/4 of an inch too tall. I'm not going to steal her ice chest. I'll just get myself a new one to go in the boat. Let's see. Okay, the paint under the pads, that's all done. I cleaned the mast and rigged the mast completely today. Everything is up and ready. That mast is ready to go on the boat and sail. Let's see. I painted the cockpit, which was I didn't get to last time, but that's all done. And then on the last kind of thing that was done, once I got the tarp all off, I realized that though I had done a lot of deck cleaning, the whole hull was plastered with black bottom dust. Just it was getting up underneath the tarp as I was working on it, and so I gave it what I call a spit bath. I spray washed with some good spray and paper towel, and just completely went over everything topside, above the waterline. And anyway, guys, just been a phenomenal trip. The old girl's ready to go in the water, ready to go. Tonight, I've already begun doing this. I'm going to be looking at the sail. I want to take one more look at it. I brought some material down to put new numbers on up on the sail. The ones that are on there are very, very tattered, and I'm really picky about it when I put the new emblems on, the big seafarer emblems. I literally took out every single, well, let's put it this way, thousands and thousands of stitches to get all that out so I could be putting the new emblems down on a clean sail with no stitching around it. I don't know. We'll see. I'll talk to you about that later tonight, maybe. But my brother's birthday is tonight, so we may not be doing that at all. That could wait till another time. Anyway, guys, long and short, awesome trip. Awesome trip. And on top of it, a phenomenal sail. I've already got the sailing video pretty much done of all the footage I took out there with my new GoPro. I hope you like it. It was a great trip. I will say that once we came out the cut, and we were going out into Nantucket Sound, basically facing southwest. We were going right into a chop that had been developing for about 3 days. There was a lot of fetch on that water, and we were at a nice chop going, and but we were cutting along, just sending the spray up and having a wonderful time of it. So I'll let you watch that later. Got it almost done. Need to put a little music with it, and I hope you enjoy that. Guys, thanks for stopping by Restoring Little Girl. Been a great, great trip, and we'll just let this be the wrap, and we'll catch you the next time down.